Emily Whitehead. I'm the MarTech manager here at Ballad Health, where we are striving to be a leader in rural healthcare. Before our partnership with Virsys12, we were really struggling to kind of collect all of our data in one central source. A lot of our teams were using spreadsheets and things were really siloed, and these sheets were being combined. They were spending hours and hours a day just compiling trip reports for our business development team. Our consumer call center had 5 screens open between Epic, a spreadsheet, other avenues that we were not able to kind of get a full comprehensive list of really what was going on in these different areas. And our teams are working really hard to really showcase the tasks they are working on their day-to-day job. Virsys12 has helped us support our ongoing mission with Salesforce. So from implementation, helping us scope out, what are opportunities, here's from our internal goals to operational goals, and then also the smaller details throughout. So we're able to not only get help with roadmap and consulting, but also the ongoing maintenance. Here is just absolutely on point with what's going on. There's real-time troubleshooting, so I'm always learning without having to go through, trailheads or blogs or just different pieces within Salesforce that would have to take me hours just to read through to change, to toggle something where you can really go in and show me, this is what is going on. This is how we can fix the issue. And then there's also just some education that's happened just completely on the IT side at Ballad as well. The team was able to, from the very beginning, help us implement this kind of roadmap and help us understand what components we needed and what pieces of cloud we needed to use for an immediate go live. And then also they were able to help us in training and train the trainers. So we've also really relied on Virsys12 for our ongoing maintenance work. So some of the ROI that we were able to, really start to calculate with Virsys12 was just our call center response time. Our chat response time is down to like 5 seconds before someone's connected with an agent. Not everything involves us being connected with an agent, but where that connection point really makes sense, we're able to get to them more quickly because we're kind of siphoning off the ones that can be automated. And then we've also saw a big increase in just overall volume of what we were able to track before with our business development team. So before, if they had a call or something, they weren't able to track that, or they weren't tracking it because it just took a couple of seconds. Well, Salesforce automatically captures if that was a call or if there was a meeting on the calendar, right? We're taking a lot of time away, or giving them a lot of time back actually to work on things and build those relationships with our physicians and our community members and our community providers. Whereas before they were spending 5 hours a month compiling reports to be able to stand up to leadership to say, hey, we met with 14 providers or 30 providers and had 5 lunch and learns this month. Really, that report gets sent to them automatically. So we don't have to spend any time manually creating reports and then merging the Excel files and all the things that we do to track before a system's in place. The great thing is, post our Salesforce launch with Virsys12, we were able to really centralize all of that data and all of the communications coming into Ballad Health. So now our customer satisfaction scores have actually increased, as well as we have pulled down some consumer call center team time, opening multiple screens and not having a central repository. For example, now we're averaging about 5,000 chats through our digital engagement in Einstein Bot a month. That is all questions that are, pretty sensitive that patients were kind of afraid to ask whenever they were emailing it or calling, and we've really been able to give them an avenue to ask questions. A lot of people after hours are saying, do I need to go to the hospital? Right, and if you're having chest pains, immediately go, right, that gets kind of forwarded. So we're able to also get people to the right care really quickly. We're extremely satisfied with Virsys12's partnership and the implementation across our customer experience teams, it has truly transformed not only our operations, but improved patient experience. I can't really, emphasize that enough, because beforehand, sometimes patients weren't getting followed up with because they weren't in the system. They didn't have a ticket number. Anytime anyone reaches out to Ballad Health, they get a case number. And if at any point they ever need to follow back up, if they kind of fell off, or it's 3 months later and they're like, oh, I never heard back from this, which doesn't happen now, they have a case number and we can see the entire journey. Whereas before, there was lots of emails that were being sent out. There was lots of just back and forth things that could easily fall off, right? I mean, we're humans, we're not perfect. We've all been in the position to where our emails get really full and you delete something or you fall off of a thread. So Salesforce has really helped us operationalize that piece of it too.